Welcome to solverfy.
Okay, so this problem is really just asking us to order these 6 styled of organisms from like simplest to most complex, right? Because if you look at a phylogenetic tree, it's going to be the organisms that came first that are on the left, and then it's going to be these more complex and evolved ones on the right. Okay, so that's sort of the idea there. And then looking at the organisms, the simplest is diffusion, right? If you think about that, diffusion doesn't have any organs. There's no sort of like complex sending of fluid and receiving, and you can really do it at a basic level without any extra bits and pieces, right? And then the next sort of simplest systems are going to be our 2 open systems, right? So we have open with the hemocell, which is where the heart just sort of dumps the blood where it mixes with the interstitial fluid, right? So it's just sort of all in this cavity, and then eventually it makes its way back to the heart. And then open with some closed atrial vessels, it means you have the same system, but there's also going to be some vessels that go somewhere that are closed, so maybe to a particularly impactful organ, right? And so the one that's adding a feature is going to be more complex, right? So then we can sort of discern that we want F and C next. Okay, so then we have our 3 closed systems as being the most complicated. And to no surprise, really, the more chambers a heart has, the more complex it is, right? So our fish has the 2-chamber heart because they have the gill system, right? Okay, so we have our 2-chamber heart. And then we move on to the 3-chamber heart. And the 3-chamber heart, let's see if I can draw something like it. You have a left and right atrium, but then just one ventricle, right? And this causes some of the deoxygenated blood to mix with oxygenated blood. So it's not as complex, right? Because it sort of is missing a feature. Every time we add a chamber, we're adding a feature and layer of complexity. And then eventually you get to the sort of 4-chamber heart, where we have the left and right ventricles as well as the left and right atriums. And so our order of complexity in these closed systems is going to go from the 2-chamber to the 3-chamber to the 4-chamber. And if we follow this order, the letter solution we want is C.